philosophical attitude.
Right.
Why
So,
you
but
exist.
they're both philosophers, but take a different approach. So one philosopher, one stream in philosophy was looking at the world and tried to describe what they observed, and the other stream of philosophy was very strict in just finding absolute truths and answers to big questions, but through reasoning.
By the way, at that time, do they have kind of flow, or do they have kind of, what to say, just sort of absolute nothingness kind of approach they have?
So
It means
as to-
just
like a
observe,
Zen Buddhism,
yeah. Observe trees and observe everything, and they try to figure out some sort of
truth in that.
truth.
Yeah. Well, I think Plato comes much closer to that kind of attitude than Aristotle. Plato was more okay. What is real? So through observation, try to find what is the
Just watching for trees, and then we try to figure out the nature of things.
Oh.
Nature of things, right? Then this is for
as a metaphor for the nature of things, or
everything. Like okay, one example: you are watching moon,
right,
and you are watching moon. Okay, this is so fantastic. You're going to look at moon.
right,
You forget the time goes by.
right.
This is
right.
Absolutely.
But also, like if we look at Nishida, as you're talking about, right, the moon. So moon and Nishida. So I read that. So I also understand that Nishida asked the question: does the moon exist? Do I exist? And basically the conclusion of Nishida, what I understand, is that the moon exists through me. So without me, the moon does not exist. So basically, I would almost say that in Nishida's philosophy, I am God, compared with Western philosophy. So I am God. So the beautiful moon exists only through me. So you need to observe all these things, and if you don't observe, if you don't look around you, if you're not one with the world around you, then the beautiful world doesn't exist. So it's up to you to look, observe, and therefore it becomes reality, right? But these are the same questions that Plato asks himself. So what do we observe? Is that moon real, or is it not real? So I think that there is a big parallel between Nishida and Plato, but not so much with Aristotle. Was what I thought, but I'm not a philosopher. So definitely parallels. But I think that Nishida was very different from Confucius.
No, he's Buddhist. He's influenced by Buddhists, not the Confucius.
Right. So So I was actually wondering why you put Nishida in your book, because Nishida was somewhat
absolute nothingness is very similar to Confucianism.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't understand that.
Very similar to Confucianism. So I just put it Buddhist. Zen. He's based on Zen.
Right. Buddhism.
Confucianism is just you need to focus on the trees, whatever, and just observe it, and then finally you got something, nature of things. This is the same as Nishida. Nature of things, you got reaching to the nature of things. Nature. This is the Confucianism.
Okay.
Nishida is the same. So Buddha is the same, Zen and Confucianism are the same. So that's the reason my question is, okay, this is Greece, at that time philosopher is the same. They should be same. because 2,500 years ago they have no some chemical or physics or any kind of mathematics, and they just
mathematics definitely they had.
Yeah, but simple, okay.
Yeah.
But at that time, they had a lot of time to spend on who you are, okay. What is human being?
Right.
Why you exist?
Right.
Sort of things they can spend a lot of time to think.
So, and therefore there is a person like Plato.
Like this year, we have a lot of things to doing many things, so they forget the nature of things. Ancient people, so we need to study back to ancient people, so that this is very important to get the nature.
Right.
Right? Very important. But the recent people, they lost it. Japanese people, that's the reason I just talking about. Japanese people, they don't have the spirit of Japan. They lost it.
So what you're saying is that basically the spirit of Japan is the essence of being Japanese.
Yeah. So my simple question, identity, who are you? Okay, just do you have dignity or do you have pride? Right? So what is your existence? What is your nature? Right? This is very important. Who are you? They lost since restoration, and they lost after World War II. Everything gone. Because they're busy for knowledge or just entertainment, or how to live, how to get money.
So superficial.
Superficial, not good. So this is it. This is one. So this is just these issues we are discussing now.
So philosophy is an excellent way to take away to get deeper into the essence of things. Okay, who am I? But also, okay, what I think if you look at it, then really focusing on the essence is Plato, but Aristotle is basically more around that core issue. Like, okay, he realized that things exist, but in reality, there are things around the core essence, and people actually, they are not always logical. They're not always prepared to do the soul searching. There's also one of the reasons why, for example, Plato argued that countries should be led, or a city or wherever, the people who should rule other people are the philosophers, because they care to find the truth, and other people, non-philosophers, are not so much are not focused on the truth, but are irrational. They like to abstract from the essence and be more comfortable at the surface, look at simple beauty or direct benefit without taking the truth into consideration. So they come up with illogical steps and illogical policies, simply because they don't care to look to find the truth. So therefore, Plato argued Greece is always a model for democracy. Well, it was actually Plato didn't feel that people are similar. Therefore, it was not a democracy as we know today. It was just democracy for the philosophers and nobody else.
Why I'm writing book for democracy? Why I'm concerned about the Greece philosophers? Because recent people never thinking about those issues. So it is very big, things. They forget it. Because all people, they studied Confucianism. All people studied all the Greece philosophers, thinking about lots of things. But everywhere they forget it.
Right.
Gone.
Right.
But
that's like you say, you always talk about Japanese education, but I think globally education has moved that way. I mean, education in that era was very much just like in China, becoming a good person. It was the same in Greece, looking at the finding fundamental issues, not being practical, not about making money. that was not an issue at all. It was much more about liberal arts, how to finding the essence, finding the core value of yourself, and then developing yourself into a good human being. That kind of education has been replaced, especially I think since the industrial era in Europe as well, where education has become a vehicle to actually produce productive people who can benefit to the factories and be good workers and actually help the industrialists to make money. That's the nature of education. So less and less focus on the essence of things and more on practical skills that service the purpose of actually, for example, become an accountant. That's the skill that you have, but an accountant doesn't necessarily think about the essence of things. It's not necessary because we give them television, we give them consumerism, and they will be able to go through life being productive, helping us to gain material wealth, but completely forgetting about the essence of things. And in that respect, I don't think that Japan or Europe are that much different.
はい、皆さんこんにちは、雲野です。今日はですね、雲野塾の研修のプログラムをご紹介したいと思います。で、こういうふうなホームページありますけれども、ぜひですね、一度中身をご覧になっていただきたいと思います。今日はブーキューブさんのスタジオに来て、この収録をしておりますので、中身はこういうふうになってて、今最近ホットなね、グローバルリーダーの定義など書いてあります。で、特に経団連が作成しました留学すれば英語ができて専門性を持つというだけではですね、グローバルリーダーになれないとここに書いてありますようにですね、仕事ができる、専門性を持つ、英語ができるだけじゃなくてですね、私どもの塾ではリベラルアーツということと、それからもう一つは孫子の兵法、さらにはですね、日本の歴史というものを合わせて教えることによって、皆さんが海外の欧米の方々と、もしくは華僑圏の方々と正々堂々と渡り合えるような人物を育成しようというふうなことを考えております。ここに次のスライドが出ておりますけれども、ここに書いてありますのはですね、さらに、私どもの雲野塾の中身につきましてはですね、欧米の資料しか使っておりません。また実際に雲野塾は英語でやっておりますので、英語の講師がこう話しておりますけど、学習はですね、日本の歴史をまだ教えてますので、学習の午後はですね、日本のプログラムをしております。で、以前はこれ有料だったので、今はですね、実際に会場費も取っていただいておりませんで、毎回5000円ということで、朝9時から午後5時までやっておりますので、ぜひ皆さんですね、ご検討の上ご参加いただければと。英語のできない方もですね、学習の午後こういうふうな研修をしておりますので、ぜひご参加いただければというふうに思っておりますので、よろしくお願いします。で、ここにさらにですね、グループ討議とか実務の勘どころを教えると書いてありますけど、実際には私が10年ほどですね、欧米の新聞とか雑誌等をですね、集めてきた、もともと英語のベースでございますので、そうしたものをですね、50セッションのテーマに分けて資料作成しております。そういうことで、世界のオペレーション、もしくはカントリーリスクも含めてですね、しかも世界のトップの方々に対しても、いろいろな分析とか洞察をしてですね、議論をしております。そういったことも含めてですね、今後ともよろしくお願いしたいと思います。以上で私の挨拶を終えますが、今回のこのビデオの収録にあたってはですね、V キューブさんのスタジオをお借りしてですね、お時間を頂戴して、このビデオを作成させていただきました。よろしくお願いします。どうもありがとうございました。